Welcome back to the 25 Days of Puppy Christmas Card Ideas, where we are giving you 25 ideas for your Christmas cards, one for your Christmas card, 24 for your social media advent calendar, leading up to the big reveal of your Christmas card. And this one is all about ornaments for your pups. The 25 Days of Puppy Christmas Card series can be done with one or many dogs, created with a traditional camera or your phone, done in your house or outside, and range from elegant and refined to fun and quirky, so there's a fit for everyone. And don't forget, these photo shoot ideas also make for great social media advent calendars, even if they aren't all going to be used on your Christmas cards. If you're using a traditional camera, I recommend you set up a remote shutter release through a clicker or an app on your phone so you can take photos from where you're posed. If you're using your phone, I recommend you set it to cinematic video and take screenshots of the best frames after, since pups tend to move around a lot and you don't want to stress over missing the shot. Each of these episodes is designed for a specific card template that will link in the caption, but you can use this on whatever template works best for you. Grab your ornaments and set them out where your puppies can see them. I recommend oversized ornaments and plastic, especially if they're new to this, because this could happen. You want to make sure you are setting these where they can be seen, so I recommend a tiered situation where you are going to have a couple of these out. Sit down, babes. And you can just let your puppies explore these. You can also just hold one or two and hold them in front of your dogs as well. If you've got curious babies like I do, that might be a good option for you. When I took these photos, my girls were actually pretty calm just looking at it. Now they're getting a little bit curious about these things. And so all I need you to do is hold these up. You're going to smile, potentially pose at the camera, or you can just engage with your dog. You can just look at your puppy, hold one up for them to see, and you can take cute little pictures this way as well, hoping that they don't bite it. I do recommend maybe avoiding glitter. My couch is kind of glittered right now, but a tiered situation like this where you set a bunch of them out and then hold some, it's going to look really cute in your photos, because then you have all of those really cute ornaments that are going to show up in your photo. So take it near your tree, take it in front of your couch, take it in front of a blank wall with a colorful background. You can do all sorts of fun things for these cards. Drop your photo into Photoshop or whichever photo editing platform you are using, and we're going to start with our local retouches. So if there's overall adjustments you need to make, you can put in your brightness and contrast panel. If there's a section that you want to change, you can use your lasso tool and pull up your brightness and contrast, at which point you can pull up the contrast and up or down your brightness depending on what you're going to need for your image. Then you're going to use your soft round brush 100% opacity to paint in on whatever other section you need to. If you need to brighten part of your puppy, especially if you have more than one and it's got that layered light there, you're going to lasso whatever part of them you need to brighten up. You're going to bump up the brightness and bump up the contrast. You can see how that kind of turned her black for blue for a minute there until we added in that brightness. And we're just going to add that in there. Now I may want to retouch some of these ornaments a little bit, so I'm going to circle that with my lasso tool. Again, going into brightness and contrast panel, and I am going to bump up my contrast, and I might actually want to bump up my brightness a little bit too to make them pop just a little bit more. Ornaments can sometimes get a little dull and lifeless when you are photographing them, so you're just going to be able to paint that on. You can see how it's already just making it pop so much more. There's a lot that you can do with that. In fact, I may even want to add a little bit more to this one. The rest of them pop very nicely, but I kind of want to pull this up just a little bit more. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then I am going to lasso my face because that's looking a little bit dull as well. We want to make sure we are bumping up the brightness here and bumping up the contrast. And then, of course, we are just going to paint that on just a little bit more. And you can change that however you're going to need that to make it pop the way that you need it to. So maybe it's a little bit too bright. I need to pull it back down. You can adjust that however. I want to actually change the color of my pants here. I wasn't anticipating them being in this photo when I was sitting down doing this. So I actually want to change the color of that. So I can lasso that, or I don't have to. I can just add in a new layer. And then I'm going to grab my color picker tool. I'm going to grab the color of my shirt, which, wow, is very purple there. That's actually a red shirt. And I am just going to paint that over the pants there. And I'm going to change the blend mode down to color. So now you can see how it went a little more on the purple side of things. And I am just going to pull that right in there to kind of match that. Now it's too purpley for me though. So I'm going to pull that down. And if I don't like it, then I am going to just pull it over to more of a red tone. And I'm going to paint over that. So now that's very red. We don't love that. So we're just going to back down the opacity. But you can see how I'm kind of starting to blend that in. Now it's a little bit too red. Maybe I want to bring this up to more of a pink tone red. And I can paint over that, and you can do whatever you need to make that kind of match the colors that you are going for. Because I had that down on a lower opacity, it's not working quite the way that I had hoped, and you can just
kind of adjust that wherever, however you are going to need that. And if you don't like it, if it's just not working for you, grab that lasso tool, grab a brightness and contrast panel, pull down the brightness, bump up the contrast, make it very dark so that it does not stand out quite as much. Bright things stand out more than those dark things do. Right now it's a little dark, but we're going to lower the opacity in just a second. I'm just going to paint that on so you can kind of see how that pulls everything in. And then I'm just going to back that off. I can even remove some of the hue and saturation if that's something that I want to do, but I'm okay with how it looks here. And then when you're finished with your local retouches, then you're going to drop it into your template. Then drop your overlay on top of your image. You're going to want to position this so that it is not overlapping anything, so you can resize it so it's bigger or smaller and really make it stand out with your ornaments. You can also color correct the ornaments so that it matches more of your theme. So you can make it lean into blues and silvers or pinks and purples, or you can leave it the pretty gold that it is. And this is going to allow you to really show off the ornaments that you have because it's kind of metallic-y. It fits in with the ornaments that you've already got. It's a really good way to kind of layer it so you can see how it's kind of in front of me in this image so that you've got the things on the same plane as you, but then also in that foreground you can put things in the background too and really make it a very interesting image that you are printing on your cards and sending out to your people.
Now there's a lot of options you can use with this. You can use multiple windows with each puppy having their own ornament. You can do a group shot with your puppies looking at all the ornaments. There's so much you can lean into, and I recommend the Deck the Halls decorating colorful ornament vibes for the content you're creating on your card, for the wishes you're sending to your friend and family. This is a really fun one. This is a lot of fun to do, and it's very simple because you've already got these decorations, or you can get them really cheap at some stores if you just need one big ornament for this or two big ornaments for this. I recommend lots of bright colors, lots of fun things for your puppies to explore, and we have 24 other ideas if you need more card ideas or social media advent calendar ideas leading up to the big reveal of your Christmas card this year. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.